Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Toriko. Toriko-san. Toriko. Chapter 283 review. No takes, fuck it. Right now, I'm on one take wonder mode. I like that. I like that term. I really do. I coined it myself. Now, this week's chapter, first of all, the live reaction is going to be right here. Click right here for the live reaction. My right, your left. And let's dive right in. Basically, this chapter is stats. It's stats on the Horse King. It is stats on the Heracles species. It is stats on the air fruit, which of course is like the Food King air, which grows on the giant air tree. So a lot of air stuff, like on some airbender stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Avatar state. You get my point. A lot of air stuff going on. And then you have information about how dire the situation on the continent really is. So let me start with the Heracles, the Horse King. Heracles. He is the one and only member of his species that is considered to be a part of the 8 Kings. He is the only one, by himself, one man, alone, in the desert. Well, in this case, one horse, giant, epic creature, alone in the Horse King Hill, because his other fowl aren't up to his status. And the reason why is this. The Horse King, so the dude gives birth, so whatever, fine. Males give birth in some species, fuck it, whatever. Horse King, okay, fine, back to the beginning. Horse King is epic. This guy, he is an herbivore. Apparently, all the giant horses, especially him, they are known as herbivores. They do not consume meat, they do not consume vegetation, they consume air. For them, breathing is eating. That's crazy. Now, granted, there are some species that do consume meat, which, you know, carnivore horses, which, again, is kind of scary, and vegetation. However, the main source of nutrients that they consume is the air itself. Now, thing here is the amount of air Heracles consumes is in one breath, the volume of air he consumes is equal to the volume of total seawater that comprises the Atlantic Ocean. Let me say that one more time so that can register in your mind. The amount of air that Heracles consumes in one breath when it comes to volume, total volume, is equal to the total volume of seawater that comprises the Atlantic Ocean. The fuck is that? It's so ridiculous. It's phenomenal. It's so ridiculous. But you know, honestly, this is what I expect from one of the 8 Kings. To be that ridiculous. When it was stated before, how the 8 Kings can alter their environment by simply residing there. So true. The entire continent's pressure is much lower than norm because in one breath he consumes that much and he only exhales 10% of what he consumed. They have this, the word phenomenal doesn't even describe the lung capacity of the Horse King. It's truly on some godlike shit right there. When you can, in one breath, consume the total volume of the Atlantic Ocean? Fuck is that? That's ridiculous, man. But again, Horse King. So I just can't wait to see the other Kings, because the other Kings are going to be insane. Like, I want to see what makes, like, the Battle Wolf so goddamn good. And by the way, people are calling it, and I agree, Battle Wolf is the same continent that holds God. I believe it. I can see it. I can see it going down. Now, that being said, when it comes to the reason why the Horse King is by himself, alone, one man, one Horse King, is because when the Horse King gives birth, he needs 100 times. That's so much air. He needs 100 times more air than he normally needs. 100 Atlantic Oceans. That's how much air he needs. And when he has this breath, when he has this air, when he has these nutrients inside of him, he can give proper birth. And the fowl that was just born, because when that happens, basically, so this ties into the air fruit itself. The air fruit, the only way the Horse King can actually get this amount of air is when the air fruit drops. So the air fruit, the Food King air, when it drops from the giant air tree, and of course you have air nomads watching that shit go down. Of course you do, yeah, obviously. So the air nomads watch as the air fruit, the Food King air, drops from the giant air tree. What happens is it explodes. And when it explodes, apparently the air fruit itself has enough air to blanket an entire planet with atmosphere. This thing could literally terraform an entire planet in one go. Like, that's how good it is. This thing drops, it terraforms the entire planet with air. Like, what the f... Oh my god, wow. Moving on. It does that. And the Horse King, so the continent where the Horse King resides, where normally it has all these clouds and the pressure's really low and it's raining, all of a sudden the clouds, they disperse. And the entire continent itself fills up with this extraordinary amount of air. And then the sun rays start to just blast the continent. The Horse King waits for that moment. And it sucks in the air. And it gives birth. And then the fowl, the newborn, it gallops across the multicolored rainbow. Multicolored rainbows, plural. To other continents. And because it has consumed so much nutrients with that single breath 100 times worth, it is able to just rampage across the continents. Let its power be known. However, as of late, as of the course of a few thousand years, the Blue Nitro have been hogging, they've been hogging air. And because of that, the air fruit can't drop, obviously, to the ground. Because the Blue Nitro have the quote-unquote technology to harvest it. They have the technology to harvest the ripened air fruit before it drops. So what happens is that the Horse King doesn't have the same quantity of breath, of air, of nutrients that it normally had. Therefore, whenever the Horse King gives birth now, the fowl, the newborn, they do not have the same level of energy as the Horse King itself would, because it doesn't have the same amount of breath. So the Blue Nitro are literally causing the extinction of the Horse King, of the Hercules species. Therefore, creating the downfall of the Air 8 continent itself. So the Blue Nitro, they're too greedy. They're way too greedy. They gotta stop. Because the 8th continent is gonna go down in ruin. However, there is hope in Komatsu's knife. So, right now, and I'm thinking this, okay? there was a point in time where the blue nitro could easily go in there and take air. However, the people of the bewitching food world have the technology to harvest air, but they cannot compete against the nitro because, well, the blue nitro, because they're just too goddamn powerful, obviously. However, something obviously happened where the blue nitro all of a sudden required the help of Neo. And you have fake Froze, or I should say at this point in time, Joa, because since we know who she is, Joa, she has sent over her boys to take care of the matter at hand. So, what happened to the blue nitro where all of a sudden they can no longer get air themselves? This may tie into Acacia, because remember, for thousands of years, the blue nitro have been going about doing what they please. And then came a man named Acacia, and Acacia changed the game. Acacia rewrote the rules. Like, yo, fuck it. Nah. Like, this ain't your show anymore. Alright? Now it's called Acacia. And Acacia became Toriko. Obviously, no shit. So, problem here is there's something preventing or not allowing the blue nitro to harvest air themselves, so they require the help of Neo. However, Neo have an issue themselves, and that is the four heavenly kings. They're on the way. So before air falls, we may get to see this battle between the four heavenly kings, Tengu Brunchi, and the other members and the other, I guess, elite of the bewitching food world against Neo. And that'll be a pretty good fight to see. The battle for air. And I do believe that Komatsu, since he can hear the ingredient, he's going to somehow pull it off where he's going to be able to actually like harvest some air himself. So Komatsu's going to harvest some of the air to give to his friends. And probably to give to the entire... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Komatsu's going to harvest enough air to where he can give it to everyone. So, meaning the four heavenly kings and the people who live, or the creatures who live in the bewitching food world. And then the rest is going to fall down to the ground. Because apparently the Horse King himself, the Horse King cannot go and consume air himself, because air apparently is one of those hypersensitive fruits where if he were to go near it, his immense pressure and aura would scare, quote unquote, via like long time ago, Toriko. Basically, his presence would cause the fruit to deteriorate and rot. So obviously he can't do anything about it. And the only thing that they can do right now, just to give the Horse King enough air to give birth to immature fowls that we see running around, is become fertilizer for the air trees that reside in his area. So what happens now? We'll see. Because obviously the Horse King ends off the chapter quite pissed because Komatsu took out his weapon. And when you take out your weapon in front of this guy, in front of the Horse King, not exactly a smart move. However, it has to be done for the betterment of their continent. Otherwise, their continent goes... Well, it won't go bye-bye, but the reigning ruler will cease to exist over... Because we don't know how long the Horse King, this Horse King, has left to live. And he's been there for quite a bit of time, obviously, since for thousands of years, the Blue Nitro have harvested air. So now, this is probably their one and only chance to actually give birth to a genuine Horse King, a genuine Heracles. Not immature, but with the proper nutrients to where it could rampage across the continents for a period of time, mind you, because I highly doubt that the Emperor Crows and the Mother Snakes are gonna let this young buck, run rampant over their lands. Okay, fine, like you can stay for like a day or two, and you can let your power be known, but you stay any longer than that, and it's game time. It's Battle Wolf time. Like, nah. You see, yeah, like, it's Battle Wolf to stand up. Character over 6,000. Like, what? You want to say something, punk? You want to fucking say some shit? Do you know who you fucking with right now? This is Battle Wolf area. Look out of here, young buck. Look out of here. So that's what I'm thinking right there. But overall, the chapter was very informative, and it was huge in giving us the layout of how important things are right now. The chapter rating, I think, is a great chapter. I really do. So overall, King of Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day. And once again, the live reaction right here.